Good evening, and thank you for joining us. My name's Faraday Hosseinipour, and if you're tuning in here tonight, you must be wanting to find out about fun, entertainment, excitement, and money. And, we're going to give you all of that and more. Now, I got back in network marketing about 3 years ago. I was doing some traditional business for 10 years, and when I got back in MLM, it was like starting all over again. The first 6 months, we spent more money than we actually made, and in the last few years, it's turned around, but nothing ever gave me any reason to expect that I could actually achieve what has been achieved in the last 18 months with the company we're going to talk to you about, because none of us ever made this kind of money. And I believe if you really pay attention, you're going to understand why. Now, there is a gentleman that I love to quote named Mr. Warren Buffett. He says, to make a fortune, you have to get yourself in front of a major trend. Makes sense, right? Well, what would make even more sense? Getting in front of 5 major trends, all with exponential, explosive growth, forecast to just double, triple, quadruple in the coming years. So, yeah, that would make a lot of sense. So we're going to talk to you really mainly about one of our products today. You see, we're a global online entertainment, and we've got many different areas of entertainment. So there's like something for everybody. And tonight we're going to talk about one of those areas of entertainment that's really become a phenomenon in the United States and starting around the world, and that's fantasy sports. So most of you tuning in today, maybe you've heard of FanDuel. 3 years ago, I don't think any of us heard about FanDuel. Today, they are the premier fantasy sports platform. They pay out $10 million a week in prize money. Now, how exciting is that when a fantasy sports platform is paying out that kind of money to consumers? Now, they literally start up 100,000 new games a day. Now, imagine for a moment that you could get paid on every single game played. Now, that is what we've got here today. Now, imagine I can show you a platform that is going to give you better, yes, better odds to win. As a matter of fact, it gives people like me, maybe people like you, with no background in football or fantasy sports, the opportunity to win every single week. That's how good the odds are. And I've won about $3,500. And before we came out with this particular product, I never watched football in probably more than 5 minutes of it in my lifetime. I mean, I didn't know one play from the other. I didn't know one single name of one player on one single team. So it was not something I ever imagined me being totally addicted to like I am now. As a matter of fact, I cannot stand to miss a single minute. Yes, me. That's because there's a lot of money in fantasy sports. And when you have the opportunity to play and win this kind of money, then you have a product that is a gold mine in the market, because we get to combine fun, entertainment, and money. Now, that is the singular commonality really in all of our products. But we're going to talk to you about the rest of the products on Thursday. Right now, without further ado, I would like to go to some of our panel that are loving this product and loving this business model. And for starters, I'm going to start with a bona fide rocket scientist. Yes, I consider him like a defense expert doing major projects, but never fantasy sports. He was never the type of guy that was playing fantasy sports. But he and his team have won, I think now like close to 13,000. Maybe, Glenn, you can correct me. Close to 13,000. So why don't you tell me, from the rocket scientist standpoint, about what you think about this product and what your team has been able to do?
Well, thank you for that, Faraday. Yes, before this business, I didn't really have much time to spend. I've heard a lot of my colleagues talking about fantasy football, particularly when we'd go to lunch. They'd talk it over. Never really had the interest until we got it with our platform here. So you're right, we're approaching probably 13,000. I'd say at least 12,500 in winnings across my team. I didn't do so hot this week. Found out that a quarterback blitz strategy wasn't going to work, particularly during the divisional playoffs. We'll see what happens during the conference championships, because now we're down to 4 teams to pick from. And one of the only constraints we have is that we must pick players from at least 3 teams. So that's 3 out of 4 that are playing this weekend. Anyway, this week I still won, even though I didn't have any games in the top 50, because I had people in my organization that did rather well, and that was the Peñalosas. And I see Michelle has joined us, so I'll let her tell that part of the story of the win that almost never was. So just get in, have a lot of fun. You don't need to be a rocket scientist to win at this. You don't even need to know one, but sometimes it helps. Back to you, Faraday.
Thank you so much, Glenn. You really are the fantasy football king of the season, I would say. And the next person I want to go to, this lovely, by the way, tonight you look gorgeous, Michelle, has not only had a brother win $2,500, another partner win, a customer win. So, Michelle, I believe you've got 3 people connected directly to you that have won first prize, $2,500. I mean, what is your brother feeling like today?
Oh, Faraday, he's ecstatic. You would not believe it. Can you hear me okay?
I do, beautifully.
Okay. Perfect. We actually broke the news to my mom today that he won, and she was, I guess I forgot to tell her, but she was like, "No way, you're kidding." And he's like, "Yeah, Mom, I won." I had him on speakerphone, and he told her, so I got to capture the moment, you know. And she was just like, "Oh, now I have to play. You have to give me your picks so I can join. You must be lucky. You gotta teach me how to do it." And we're like, "All right, Mom's on board with us. That's great." So we're happy to share that with her today. But it was funny, like as Glenn mentioned. Yeah, this was the game that almost never won. My brother and Dad were at a family party, and they actually were just discussing it, and my dad was like, "Okay, I'm going to give you some money. You still have time." It was probably about 2:06 or something like that, about an hour before the pools closed. And my brother was, honestly, he was a little bit skeptical. He was like, "You know, it might be a little bit late. The best picks are probably already taken." He said, just do it, and if you win, I'll go halves with you and I'll split the money." So what did he do? He went ahead and did all the picks on his mobile phone and just boop, 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 picked his 6 people, and that was it. Sunday came around, and we actually went to go visit my brother, and we just hung out. We weren't expecting anything, and next thing you know, we actually found out that he was going to be in 3rd place. So we called my dad, and we congratulated him and said, "Hey, Dad, you won 3rd place." And he goes, "Oh, I don't think so. The pools aren't closed yet. Just call me tomorrow when you really find out and you get the official word." And my brother's like, oh, okay, whatever. And we started noticing on Facebook that the points were shifting. That was the discussion at that moment. So we went to go check back, and it's in real-time results. So we're sitting there like, oh, crossing our fingers, hoping and clinching. And the next thing you know, my brother finds out that he ended up being on top, first place. So it was really close. Soon afterwards, we called my dad again within minutes, and he still didn't believe us, so we had to find proof the next day to, share the good news. And now there's pictures everywhere. He's telling everybody, and it's just it's a great feeling to have, to be able to share that with people that you love, knowing that they could pay their next mortgage payment with that. $2,500 is really a lot of money, and it's amazing because he's not a sports person. My brother actually was never really into sports like that. I don't typically watch football, and it's funny because now things have changed entirely. We actually go almost every Sunday or Monday to my brother's house just to have some fun and, bond. And if we can get some picks in or learn a little bit more about, what's going on for the following week, then, that's what we do. But, it's amazing. It's like, I tell people about this, and their jaws are dropped entirely, and they don't believe it. So we show them the pictures, we show them everything, and they're like, no way, I have to do this. And eventually your customers join, and your customers are like, wow, you know what, I actually ended up winning. I found myself on the leaderboard, and they love it, and it's just this domino effect. It's great. But anyways, before I keep on talking, I'll get back to you on that. Thanks, Verde.
Thank you so much for joining us, Michelle. That's so exciting. And, I mean, can you imagine, if you're watching here today, a product which pays you like this? I mean, have you ever been with a company where the product, independent of the marketing plan, actually puts money in your pocket, plus you get paid on every single game played? Now, Boris, you've been in the industry for a while. Have you ever experienced a product that pays you independent of the marketing plan?
No, this is the first time. Hi everyone, hi Faraday. First time ever I see a product like a regular customer can win serious money. $2,500 is like not everyone can earn it like as a salary. So and here you getting so much fun. You see all this all this scores going up, and then finally you have this chance to win a cash prize. And it's amazing. I guess this is the best product I ever worked with, because like all the other products I tried before, it's not like that. It's like either you sell the product or you have to build the organization. It's not like you just enjoying the product and you're making money. It's really amazing. And this is I'm sure that this is the right product, the best product, I guess, for the industry, because it creates so much excitement. And when you have so much excitement, people attracted to you. You just have to share this excitement with people, and they have to know why you are excited, and that it's very simple to have so much fun and to make money in the same time. And this is how you can build a very big organization this way.
And you've never played fantasy football, but you've actually won several times. Is that correct, Boris?
Yes. I never tried before fantasy sport. I never know what this fantasy sport is about. And you know what? I'm not sure if I know how this works. Like when the game is going on, I'm not sure. I don't know the rules. And you know what? Now it brought me to see the match. Because now I started to see what is this? All this game is about. Now I have to know all these players. Now I have to be involved a little bit more. And this is basically, I guess, the best way to share with people. Just bring them on this platform. Here we have no salary cap. We have more better odds, and they have basically more chance to win. And this is all about.
Absolutely. And Boris, being in Canada, I know you'll be excited with the new product launches. Canadian hockey is coming out up next. And, of course, European soccer. I think that the young lady, Mandy, who is so excited that she is up at like almost 3:30 in the morning in Greece. And she's a dynamo. I call her Mandy the Machine because she brought 150 people into her team in the very first 30 days. That shows you the kind of excitement that emanates from this young lady. And Mandy, can you give us your insights?
Oh, I mean, I love this business, and I just have never had sport in the house. I mean, my husband, bless him, he's passed away now, but it used to be a sport-free zone, and if he wanted to watch football, he had to go and sit in a different room, sort of thing. My daughter and myself, we ruled the house. It was girls don't want sport, and then suddenly, I'm getting to understand this fantasy sports. I mean, in England, what we call American football, which is what you call football, is beginning to take off, but I mean, I don't have a clue about it. So I played a free game and on the site, and I've played a couple other games, and how I choose my players is, it was a rainy day here the first time, so I went for bright colours to brighten up the day. I didn't want doom and gloom, and that's really, well, that's my main thing. I mean, I don't understand much about it whatsoever, but since talking to other people, I mean, this week, one of my team, Louise, she was talking to a guy who's at a university, and he was just saying how big fantasy, the American football is now in England. And we've got, like you say, soccer, the Barclays Premier League coming out, and all these other sports. So suddenly my house is letting some sport into it, and it's really good, but loving the business. I mean, when I first introduced the 50 people plus, or 150 people in the first month, we didn't even have this product. So now it's just making it even easier. Love it. Absolutely brilliant. Love all the products. This one now has got a real fun edge to it. Thank you, Faraday.
Thank you so much, Mandy. And then the next lady I would like to go to is all about fun. She's a single mom, has been able to stay home with her 5 kids. She just, by the way, congratulations, signed a record contract and is going to be touring on top of that. So thanks for joining us, Patricia Platt.
Thank you. I am so excited because I love the football, but the football season is almost over, and now we have basketball as well. And I don't know if any of you caught it, but yesterday, or was it today? Today, I was on the elliptical, and I'm, watching the screens in front of me, and I'm looking at the football clips, but what really caught my eye was a clip that they played from the basketball game yesterday, and it was so awesome because the 2 players are like in each other's faces and shoving each other around, and it just got very exciting very fast. And I was thinking, wow, that's got to really affect the fantasy sports points when the players are engaging each other like that, and it started a whole conversation about sports with the 2 guys next to me. So it's really easy to talk about, and it's super fun. I mean, I don't really know a lot about sports. I just know who looks cute and what. But, I'm starting to learn so much more, and I'm going to see games live. I've never done that before. I mean, I was always a cheerleader, so I was on the field, but I really wasn't paying attention at all to what was going on because I had to, do my own thing. So now I'm able to enjoy the games. I took one of my sons to a basketball game earlier in the week, and it was kind of fun. I got to learn a little bit about the game. I didn't know anything, and it was great to ask questions and get people engaged in talking about sports, and it's so easy and so fun. I can't think of a better way to make money. I mean, having fun and talking about sports, you're going to get paid for this. This is just great, and you don't even have to join anything to win. You just, go in there and put your picks in, and voila. So it's very exciting, and I've got my little secret weapon here who helps me with my picks sometimes, my Dom. And who do you think looks good this week for basketball?
LeBron James.
Yeah, he loves LeBron James, and he's doing pretty good this year, so it's looking good.
Thank you, Patricia. And we always love Dom's picks. It always gives us an edge. So thank you, Dominic. And finally, I want to go to David, the deaf cowboy. They called him in another program. But he thinks he likes the name the Pit Bull of MLM. David, thank you for joining us. And, we'd love to hear your thoughts also.
Well, I really love the fantasy sports platform. It's just such a fun vehicle to get into. It's so fun to play, and it's so easy that newbies can do this. I mean, you just pick 5 players, there's no caps, no draft. You don't have to worry about buying players. So there's none of that involved. You just pick 5, what you think is the 5 best players that are going to provide the most points for you that week. And then you play the game where you can watch the game, and it provides another level of excitement. There's just so much involved with it. I mean, where we've got so many other products as well, but fantasy football and fantasy sports right now is one of the biggest products and the biggest money makers out there. I mean, this is a $48 billion a year industry, and it's only going to get bigger. It's been projected to get over $150 billion a year just for G1e alone. So we've got this platform that's just humongous, and it's going to get bigger, it's going to get better, and all you got to do is just ask anyone that you see on this panel, ask him for a link, and they'll hook you up.
Thank you so much, David, and we appreciate everything that you do. And I think that's Nelson that just joined us. This is a gentleman that's brand new to the business, but he was excited and attracted really in particular because of the fantasy sports. So it's opening up a brand new market, and he's won. I think everybody on our panel has won. And Nelson, is that what really hooked you? How come after so many years that we've known each other, probably 10, 15 years, are we now doing business together? Oh, you have to unmute first. The upper right corner of your screen, there's a little button to unmute yourself. There's a little arrow to your at the right of your top, your little square. There you go.
Guys, hear me now?
I do.
Okay, let me get my
So
let me get my camera back to me.
Yeah, we're looking at the floor.
I know. I got to flip it back. Hold on one second. I'm a little bad at this. Okay, here we go. Can you guys hear me?
We hear you.
Okay, let me just switch my camera around. Okay, thank you guys very much. One of the great reasons I'm here, and I think it's a great story. I've known Dave and Faraday for a long time, and me and Dave met through business many years ago. And Dave has always been a gentleman, but the two as a couple they work very hard together, and I've seen them have successes in many different ways over the past few years. And when I first started getting into the MLM business, they had reached out to me to join them. And the great thing about it is of these guys and building teams and doing what they're doing. But I wasn't in the emotional space needed to be successful at that time. And so when they started doing G1e Fantasy Sports, and everyone knows I'm a big football fan, probably my biggest claim to fame besides rooting for the Giants is hating on the Dallas Cowboys. I just watched their success they had. And I truly felt I should have been one of them. I wasn't in the right space and time, but I did join the team now. I'm 150% invested. and I will be one of the next millionaires working with Dave and Fira. So that's my story. I'm very inspired by what they do. I see the passion and the commitment that they have for their people, and you really couldn't ask to be part of a better team, and that's why I'm here. Besides the sports, I do love it, but it's because of those two individuals is the sole reason I'm here. The sports is a plus. So.
Thank you, Nelson, and appreciate that and your kind words, and we're excited to be working with you. Finally. And in closing, I'd like to bring on a gentleman that was a high school dropout. He disabled vet. He worked many menial labor jobs. He was the plumber. He was the guy that worked out in the ditch. He even did the was on the dynamite crew at one time, blowing up mountains. But now, you know, he's multiple seven-figure earner with this company, and I mean, I guess he's done okay with the fantasy sports. I still don't think you've ever hit the top 10, Dave, but you know, you're doing okay because you're getting paid on every single game played. So you come out the winner in the end.
It's unbelievable. You got to always give it to me in that top 10. I think I did hit it one time, but I'd have to go back and check. But the real thing is, guys, you can never have more fun with doing something you love. And if you do something you love, it's not work. And that's where it is. There's a passion here. And the passion is unbelievable. Now I have my wife of 18 years watching football with me. It's really unbelievable. Of course, I have to walk her through certain things to understand certain things. But it doesn't matter because it's fun. And she actually is paying attention. And, you know, to me, that's everything because for 17 years, we have 3 living rooms, and 2 of them were off limits to me. I only had one. Anybody that's ever been to my house knows. But I have that one room done up big for football. It's done big. But you know what? I haven't only watched one game there, and that was last night, and I watched the Buckeyes. Congrats to the Bucs. But other than that, believe it or not, it's just been unbelievable. And that's what G1e has been, guys. You know, I'm a high school dropout. All I've ever known is to work hard, and I always wanted to learn how to get the pay. You know, there's many of people watching here today that probably are in those same shoes. Or, you know, they're not quite where they want to be. You know, as they wake up out of bed, they look in the mirror, and their life just isn't where they might want it to be. And, you know, you might want to start to rethink some things because all G1e is a vehicle that opens many doors. We have many doors. We play with 6 of the hottest trends in the world. Not in the U.S., in the world, okay? It's not me saying that. It's unbelievable. So all we do is we teach people how to open a door on wherever their hot button is. As you can see, my friend Nelson finally comes on through football, okay? It wasn't through the social media. It wasn't through a lot of the other stuff. And that's, you never know what button somebody's going to get hit on. And it's shame on you if you don't take your time and let the doors open. When one door opens, another one closes. And there's always an opportunity. You know, here we are, 13 days into 2015. I don't really know how your 2015 is going. I don't even know what you've planned for 2015. You know, if you had said to me a few years ago about that, I'd have looked at you like you were nuts, because I'm just happy if I wake up. Well, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Guys, you're here for a reason tonight. Somebody cared about you. There's a link getting down below. Instead, getting started. You might want to hit that, and you might want to get yourself positioned, because positioning and timing is absolutely everything. What we're going to share with you on Thursday night, if you think fantasy sports was hot, wait till you see what we lay out for you on Thursday night. It's going to be bigger than big. Guys, I'm telling you, and I don't even think it's Thursday night. I think it's Thursday afternoon, because we accommodate for our for Mandy and all of our European and Asian groups, and I believe that's at 4:30. Farrah will correct me if I'm wrong. So Thursday, but that replay will be on the First with New Trends link. Guys, pay close attention here, because if not, more than likely your 2015 will end up like your 2014. And if that was fantastic, great. And if it wasn't, pay attention, because we're looking to take hundreds with us to the big leagues this year. Now talking big incomes that I could never even believe I could have ever earned years ago. With that, back to you, Faraday. Thanks so much, and we look forward to working with everyone. Back to you, Faraday.
Thank you, Dave, and thanks for bringing that up. I don't even think I mentioned that there were 6 millionaires already created with this opportunity in the first year. So I don't care who you are watching today. I doubt you've ever heard of a company that's even accomplished that. It has to be something with astronomical growth that is set apart from everything else out there. Wait till you hear about our other products on Thursday. We're going to talk to you about $300 billion industries all the way up to $10 trillion industries that we are part of. Fantasy sports, as exciting and as fast growing, and yeah, as David said, going to 150 million. That's only one little piece of the pie, but you need to be involved with this pie. So please click on the link below. Get started as a VIP. These types of opportunities do not come around often, if ever, in a lifetime. We've all passed them up, and 6 months later regretted it and said, how the heck did I miss that? Don't be one of those people. Get back to the person that introduced you to this video and get the rest of your questions answered and get involved. You've got a strong team here that will help you, that will support you, that will get you a game plan and on track for a 7-figure year, with many of the others that I believe are going to have 7-figure years this year. So with that, thanks for tuning in. Thank you to the wonderful panel. Get on board with us, and then we will be here with you at the very next hangout. Thank you, everybody. Have a great evening.